Progressive Obsoletion is the sophomore full-length album from Athens, Greece-based thrash metal band Violent Definition. And these folks have been around for a while. They play very straightforward thrash metal with some groove metal influences. Think of their sound as prime late 80s thrash metal sound with some of those groovier, heavier riffs to break things up. Certainly, if you're a fan of Testament, Violence, Exodus, you'll get what this sound is. I would point you towards Exhorder and Invocator in their earliest stages of development as a general sensation of what this band sounds like, and then consider that there are some very accomplished, very proficient musicians in this band, including the fellow who played bass on the latest Ingurgitating Oblivion album, and Maelstrom, who has played drums in certainly a strong part of Embrace of Thorns at the very least, but his work spans many types of music, from grindcore to like this thrash metal. That proficient rhythm section is obviously a huge sell for this band in general, and just how well they've come along over time. Now, their actual sound, again, think of the early Invocator sound. It's not quite death metal, but there's that Exhorder-esque grind to it. We'll listen to a song here, get into it a little bit, and then talk about what's different about the second album, what's better, and just what I found interesting about this record.
Harvesting mankind after crawling in the uprise, succumbing to their lies, extraterrestrial lives, abort sides.
So they don't shy away from the use of double bass drumming. They don't shy away from solos. This is more of almost a brutal thrash metal feeling. There's definitely the sense that this is a more aggressive, heavier, riff-oriented record than the last one. They're even more focused, but actually there's a more dynamic production value here. I think that's what shocked me, is that the production value is actually much higher than expected, because the last record sounded a little bit DIY. It was a little bit rough around the edges, but it was the aggression of the band that really sold it. Now we get more of a sense of, again, the rhythm section, the way they develop these songs, and the very classic the study of classic thrash metal and the more complex notes of composition that we found in the late 80s. If you're a fan of old school thrash metal and you still listen to those old records, there's a lot that you'll find both comfortable and impressive about this record. It's just world-class stuff. It's way above average in terms of the songwriting performances and production values than you'll find anywhere else in 2024 in terms of thrash metal. There's both authenticity as well as that little bit of a step into the 90s that if you don't like groove metal at all, you might not like, but there's still, they make it work even if they are simpler riffs as they chug along, because usually they have somewhere to go with that simpler starting point, the same way Exhorder might. Definitely worth checking out. I would say this is one of the best records of the year in this style, and one of the only truly impressive thrash metal records I ran into all year long, and one that I thought was well worth touting as something special here in November. Check that out for yourself. See if it's your kind of thing. I think if you like the more brutal side of thrash, as well as maybe the California Bay Area and Los Angeles sound, you'll find something to like here.